So in the case of meat products, we have to study about four items: canned meat, frozen meat, cooked and refrigerated meat. These are the three different types of products which will be introduced to you in your syllabus. The first one is about the meat products are derived from muscle tissue of animal. Most of the time they are taken from buffalo meat, cow meat or goat meat or also chicken meat. These are the different categories of meat which are usually used for meat products. One importance of this meat products is that they have a very high demand. Whether it is chicken meat or buffalo meat or cow's meat, they have a very high demand because there are a lot of non-vegetarian people in the world. So, especially if you go to the European countries, most people are non-vegetarian. They are preferring meat products. Even for their breakfast, you can see some meat item in the table. So, first one is the canned meat. Canned meat, you might have seen many pictures of canned meat. You will also see some pictures of canned. Here you can see that. These are all pictures of canned meat. See here you can see that. These are the products which are even in our most of the supermarket nowadays. If you closely examine, you can see these kind of products, but they will be very expensive. So most of the time, these kind of meat, like this kind of meat, can be kept in your house for a long period of time, maybe 1 year or 2 years. This type of canned meat can be kept in a house. So that is the advantage of the canned meat. Then other advantage of canned meat is that they are most of the time ready to cook also. So here you can see that canned meat, canned beef, canned chicken, meat stews, luncheon meat, meatloaf, and sausages in brine. So these are some different type of products of meat which are available in market. Then coming to the processing steps. Here you can see that the canned meat preparation, maybe we will check. So in a canned meat preparation, there are number of different stages are there. One is trimming and cutting. We have to first select the meat, then we have to cut it properly. Then there will be a pre-cooking process. And the purpose of the pre-cooking process is that here you can see that they are preparing the canned meat, how they are making different. Here also you can find. So the purpose of the pre-cooking is that to kill most of the bacteria. So that then another advantage is that some of the canned meats are ready to eat item. But just by simply opening the can, you can directly eat. So that way the products are usually prepared. So that is the purpose of cooking. Then packing into sterilized cans with or without gravy, sauce or bread. And most of the time here you can see that some of the products are only dry products. There will not be any gravy. Other are not almost like a curry, so that you can directly open the lid and you see this lid can be pulled open directly and you can directly eat. So that way also the canned meat preparation, see here also you can see that. Some with the gravy, other may not be with it. See here you can see it is I think sardine or other thing. So, so it is this way the canned meat preparations are usually prepared. Then then another area is sealing, especially vacuum sealing. The vacuum sealing is nowadays become more and more popular. There are special machines for that. Advantage of vacuum sealing is that most of the once the bacteria and air are removed, there will not be any bacteria in that. So the meat will be kept in a undamaged or unspoiled state for a very long period of time. So that is the effect of, or that is the benefit of vacuum sealing. And there will be also heat sterilization along with especially at 121 degree. That is once we taken this meat, we will be sealing the item. the box will be sealed, then we will be heating it to 121 degrees centigrade. So whatever bacteria which may be present inside, they will be dead by heating to 121 degrees centigrade. So that is the purpose of heating to 121 degrees centigrade. Most of all the microorganisms will be dead if its temperature is going to 80 or 90 or above 100. Then cooling and labeling with the proper. So these are the important steps which are involved in canned meat preparation. Then we can see that they have a very long shelf life, 1 year to 5 years. So there are people who are like nowadays sometimes some people may be living in cold area like Antarctica. Some people will be going to space. So these people also need this kind of food item because they may be spending long period of time. So they are usually preferring this type of feed. The only type of canned meat which are very popular in Kerala is the canned tuna. You might have seen about the canned tuna. So canned tuna is very popular, many people, because tuna, this kind of boxes are known as in this kind of cans, the canned tuna are available. I think in market it was around 130, 140, 150. That is a range of price for a fixed 100 or 200 gram of canned tuna. Just like canned tuna, this canned meat is also present in many other parts. See, if you go to European countries, you can find these kind of products are very common there because especially these kind of I have seen many times. So these are the main items which are popular in market, and this it's not a very difficult thing. See here you can see they are taking glass boxes and they are preparing it. So that is the purpose of canned meat. Then safe and portable. So that's also no refrigeration needed until opened. So most of the time, if you want to keep a food for at least 1 month, you need to cool it or refrigerate it under near 0 degrees centigrade or below 0 degrees centigrade. But in the case of canned meat item, there is no need for that because we have removed almost all the air. There is no bacteria. So there is no possibility of spoilage occurring within the can. Then there are some limitations also like nutritional losses, especially loss of vitamin B. Vitamin B are generally present only in fresh vegetables. For fresh vegetables and fresh fruits. And not only vitamin B, vitamin C also like that. So only from fresh fruits and vegetables you will be getting vitamin B. Then altered texture and flavor compared to fresh meat. So if you taste the meat of a canned meat and a normal fresh meat, there will be a distinct difference between them. So that also a problem. So these are some of the disadvantages or limitations of the canned meat. Next item is the frozen meat. Frozen meat is a fresh and processed meat that has been subject to freezing, typically at minus 118 degrees centigrade or lower, to preserve it for extended period by halting microbial growth and enzymatic activity. See here you can see that this is the frozen meat. If you go to many countries, if you like Gulf countries or Maldives or Lakshadweep, there only this type of meat are available. So there, because I was in Maldives for 2 years of time, and that time we used to buy this kind of meat because most of the meat are coming from India or from Brazil or etc. So this way it is coming. We have to keep it in water. We keep that in water for several hours, maybe 5 or 6 hours. Then only it will completely melt and become very soft also. So this kind of there are many companies in India which are selling. Even nowadays, even in many cold storages in India, we can purchase this canned frozen meat. So these are the type of meat which are available in market about the frozen meat. Then there are different category: frozen mutton, beef cuts, chicken breast, pork chops, frozen kebab, frozen burger. See, there is one company very famous like Suguna. You might have heard about Suguna chicken. Suguna chicken is very popular. They used to sell these kind of meat products. So mostly from Tamil Nadu they are bringing it, but they have a good market demand. Then coming to processing, first thing skilling and dressing the animal, then chilling it to 0 to 4 degrees centigrade. So that is also important. Then cutting into small pieces, removing the bones, then cutting into small, nice portion. Then rapid freezing using blast freezer or plate freezer. I will show you what is a blast freezer. Maybe you have, so this kind of blast freezer. So this kind of items are known as a blast freezer. They can cool the item very fast. There will be a blast of air, very fast cold air will be coming into that. There will be a strong current of cold air, and that will quickly cool the meat into a 0 degree or 4 degree centigrade. So that is known as the blast freezer and also the plate freezer. Rapid cooling with using blast freezer or individual cook freezing. So purpose of the fast freezing is that when we are freezing suddenly, there will be most of the enzymes will be preserved. Otherwise, what happens is that if you are cooling an item by taking 2 hours or 4 hours, these enzymes will be gradually destroyed and they will be partially causing spoilage to the meat. So, but on the other hand, if you are cooling the item within 5 or 10 minutes, so there will not be any enzymatic damage or enzymatic spoilage. So it is the purpose of fast freezing is to prevent enzymes from spoiling the food. Because you might have heard about lysosome. Inside the cell there is a cell organelle known as lysosome. These lysosomes contain a lot of enzyme. So when an animal has died, these lysosomes will be releasing the enzyme from it into the cytoplasm, and that will be destroying the meat product. So this is happening usually by taking several hours, 2, 3, 4 or 5 hours. But if you are killing the animal and immediately freezing it, then the freshness can be retained. So that is the purpose of fast cooling using blast freezer, plate freezer, etc. Then another is the packaging in moisture proof and airtight material. Here you can see that most of the food items are actually packed in a special type of bag where there is no possibility of. See here you can see that all these are packed in an airtight bag. So there is no possibility of coming in contact with the air again. So that is the advantage of packing in moisture proof or airtight bag. Then storage in cold storage rooms. So most of the time these kind of machines can keep that food at a very low temperature. Here you can see that in many supermarkets you can see this kind of cooling, these kind of deep freezer type cooling are there. Most of the deep freezer coolers can cool the meat up to minus 18 degrees centigrade. So at that temperature, the spoilage of food, the spoilage of the meat item will be the chance for spoilage is very rare. So that is the purpose of frozen meat. Then advantages, it retains most nutrients and the natural flavor. So that is an important thing. So, even though it is saying like that, still there will be slight difference. The fresh meat is always fresh meat itself. You can see the difference between a freshly caught fish and a frozen fish. Both have distinct taste. There will be slight difference in taste, but still it is manageable. So if there is no provision for getting other type of meat, no frozen meat, normal meat, then we have to go for frozen meat. So that is what is happening in case of fish also. So it is retaining the quality of the meat. Most of the nutrients and the natural smell and flavor will be retained. Then long shelf life, sometimes several months, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, up to 6 months it can be kept, I think. So the convenience in bulk storage and transport. So that is also another advantage of that. Then what are the disadvantages or limitation? Risk of freezer burn if not properly packed. the sometimes what happens that if the packing is not very proper, if there is some opening in that, the ice particles may be entering into the bag. So that is known as a freezer burn. Then texture changes due to ice crystal formation. So that is also another problem. So sometimes within the meat, ice crystals may be forming, and that will be changing the quality of the meat flesh. So that is also a problem. Then thawing time, that is decawing, or we are once we have cooled it, it takes normally 5 hours or 6 hours. So how if you are collecting, if you are purchasing a frozen meat like that, what you have to do is that this is in a plastic cover. Put the plastic cover completely without opening into a jar of water or a bowl of water and keep it there for 5 or 6 hours. For example, if you want to take it for a lunch, then we have to take it in the morning itself. By if you are 6:30, you are taking this packet and putting the packet completely into the water. Do not open it. If you open it, what happens is that water will be entering into the meat and the quality will be changed. So there is something big. This is a big mistake many people are doing. Just put the packet completely into it and wait for some 5 or 6 hours. So now most of the time after 6 hours, the meat will become soft and you can cut it into small pieces. So that way it has to be taken. Some people what they will be cut open the plastic cover and put the meat alone into the water. That should not be done. If you do like that, what happens is that meat will be absorbing water and the meat will be having a watery taste. So that will be spoiling the freshness of the meat. So this is the technique that we are using. So they need a deep freezing time or a thawing time is required. So these are some of the important advantages and disadvantages of frozen meat. And third one is cooked meat. Cooked meat refers to meat that has been fully heat processed to make it ready for consumption. It includes roasting, boiling, steaming, grilling, and frying. So roasted chicken, cooked ham, meat curry, sausages, meatballs, meatloaf. So these are all cooked meat. Maybe if there is any picture available, I will show you. So this way the cooked meat will be appearing, and they also has to be packed properly. So these are all cooked meat. So here you can see that one is preparation, trimming, cutting into small pieces. Then seasoning, that is applying some masala type item. Then marinating, also the same meaning. Then cooking at temperature that ensure destruction of the pathogen. Most of the time, up to 74 degrees centigrade. So if you cook some item up to a temperature of 74 degrees centigrade, most of the time bacteria present in may be dead. Then it has to be cooled. Then optional packaging, vacuum packed or sealed in tray with a modified atmosphere. That is, all the air will be removed by using vacuum packing. That way the food may not be damaged or spoiled. Then advantage of cooked meat is that they are quite ready to eat and ready to heat item, because if you have a packet of that, you just take it into buy it from the supermarket, take home and just put it in the microwave for some time, then it will be okay. It will be completely ready for eating. So people who have less time, they can prefer this kind of meat. So that is the advantage of ready to eat and ready to eat item. For example, sometimes you may be living alone. Sometimes you may not have enough time for cooking after coming home. Then these kind of products are very useful. That is why companies are selling this kind of ready to eat or ready to eat item. Then time saving mechanism saves a lot of time. Then enhance the flavor through seasoning and marination. So if you go to the Lulu supermarket, you can see many of these products like this. So just take it home and just heat it and you can directly eat it. So that is how many of these ready to eat meat are available in the market. Then limitations are there. There is typically shorter shelf life. Typically 3 to 7 days under refrigeration. If you are marinating something like this, it can be kept in that situation only for up to 1 week. After even within the refrigerator. Then requires hygienic handling to prevent post-cooking contamination. Handling should be proper. Then some nutritional loss may be happening during the cooking process. So these are some of the disadvantages of ready cooked meat that are available in the market. Then another type of meat is a refrigerated meat. So refrigerated means either fresh or a minimally processed meat stored at temperature between 0 degree and 4 degree to slow microbial growth and spoil. See, there is slight difference between frozen meat. Frozen meat means below 0 degree, most of the time minus 80. But in the case of refrigerated meat, we are not cooling it to that level, only 0 degree or 4 degree. So even at that temperature, most of the bacteria will die. So that the meat can survive, it can be in that situation for a long period of time. Here you can see fresh chicken, pork, beef stick, marinated meat cut, sausages, bacon, etc. are all available in this or in the form of refrigerated meat. So here you can see this is how the refrigerated meat. This is something you might have seen in a supermarket. So this is how the refrigerated meat are the be killing and dressing the animal, then immediate chilling, fast freezing. So that is also an important thing. Removing bones, trimming, portioning, etc. are also part of this. Then packaging, most of the time vacuum packing or MAP, modified atmosphere packing. Then we will be storing in the cold storage or displayed in chilled cabinets. See that the type of cabinets that you are seeing is on the chilled cabinet. So this chilled cabinet will be having a 0 degree or below 0 degree temperature. At that temperature, bacteria will not survive. So that is the advantages of refrigerated meat. Then here you can find a table showing the different type of meat, what is a canned meat, frozen meat, cooked meat and refrigerated meat. You can see that canned meat has a longer shelf life. It can be kept in that situation up to 5 years. Whereas a refrigerated meat can have a shorter life of about 2 days, sometimes 10 days. Cooked meat also 3 to 7 days only. Then canned meat can be kept at a room temperature. Frozen meat can be kept only at a lower temperature of minus 80. Refrigerated meat is between 0 and 4 degree. Then if the canned meat are ready to eat item, then cooked meat are also ready to eat item. Other two are not ready to eat item. Nutritional quality is mostly high in frozen meat and refrigerated meat. In other two, the nutritional quality may be lower. Then convenience of canned meat is very high. In case of cooked meat also very high. So whereas other two have a moderate amount, that is, we still need some amount of time. Then preservation method, heating plus sealing. Then freezing is there, cooking is there, chilling is there. So these are some of the ideas by which we can process different type of meat products. So canned meat, frozen meat, cooked meat, and refrigerated meat.